Hmm. But you could touch something. Francis, you are alive. Francis. Touch something. Francis, you are alive. Francis. Touch something.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
You are alive.
okay. I've heard.
Francis.
Video. Yeah. Welcome to today's class. ¿Qué clase? So, can you see my screen? Eh? I don't share my screen since I'm
I said,
not.
I mean, I want to show you.
So today we'll be learning about learning various and we need to as individuals who are space. So today I'll be introducing you all to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of corporate social enables you to learn, make a blend into corporate social social lifestyle, social activity. So remember so I actually instructed you how to posted your LinkedIn account. Never seen Teams activity. That means know that so so since you already created a LinkedIn account, necessary necessary activities to make your profile stand out. So so that being said, first of all, I'll go to my profile. I'll go to my profile. Show you what my profile looks like. So this is my profile. See the current departments we have conflicts so now I'll be going through the necessary things you need to do. Now on your LinkedIn, it's important to have a profile picture set up. Setting up a profile picture. So
What I see, you went live and you are discussing, like it's listening to your discussion. Is pardon. Say you went live and you are discussing. You know,
Okay, so I believe you can see your charts here. One, four, but the visuals are clear, isn't it? If the visuals are clear, I think the objective is clear. Yes, you might not hear, sometimes you might not, this is required, required. When you hear this, probably, ah, no, this is life. It's life. Experiencing life. So, you can hear me. You can hear me. This is not a regular government class. So just try. So you find it's very little strong. So now this time around, you can hear me clearly. You can hear me clearly. Use the you can hear me clearly. Make me understand. Translation. You can hear me clearly. If your network is strong, you should be hearing me. What about now? Is the noise, is the sound better? I've done some tweaks on the microphone selection. Is it better now? It's better now, right? Okay, that's good to know. All right. So I've all right. I've corrected it. The issue was from the Zoom app. So the type of mic selection that was there, it's not the one I wanted. All right, all right. So it's better now. So let's continue enjoying the class. Yes, loud and clear. All right, that's my content, guys. Okay. Although for 2 days now, we've not actually have fun on or have a serious conversation on our group chats, but I assure you, this weekend we are going to, we are going to go bigger and better. I saw some of you, the content you created on TikTok. Some of you actually showed that you were interacting in the class in the group. Some of you that were not interacting, you didn't have much thing to say, right? So, but nonetheless, uh, those ones that were able to give a summary, that's a good content you done there, right? So now back to where I am now. What I'm going to do is I am going to start from the beginning, right? I'm going to start from the beginning. Um, I said that I'll be introducing a corporate social platform for you, which is LinkedIn. And also to remind you that during our second or third class thereabout, if I'm not mistaken, on one of the task assignments I gave you was to create content and have them posted on your LinkedIn account and your TikTok account, right? So with that being said, you should all have your LinkedIn account by now. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to be going over my LinkedIn account, show you the necessary uh, things you need to do, right? Necessary information you need to insert, right? To make your LinkedIn look good, right? Okay. So now if you look on your screen now, this is my LinkedIn account. And there you can see to an extent is organized, of which create, I will still add more and organization to it in times to come. I'll still organize it properly, right? Although it's looking good now, right? It's attracting connections and the rest and some professional tax and other things. So, but I'll still need to do more on it. So, just as I said earlier, LinkedIn is where you can combine both your corporate work, your corporate life, and both your social life. LinkedIn helps you to connect with top brands and the owners of those top brands. Also on LinkedIn, you'll be able to find jobs. Like if you see almost at the top of the screen, there's a place where it's indicated job, right? Once you go there, you're going to see jobs that are related to you, right? So now, one thing you need to understand that in a corporate world, in a corporate establishment, the offices or the posts that you might likely hold would not be tagged or will not be necessarily named content creator, right? You might see some smaller businesses or small scale businesses and medium enterprise. They might roll out, sorry, office roles or tax roles as a content creator, but majorly in the corporate world and corporate establishment, you don't necessarily see an office holding a role as a content creator of the company. No. So things you might likely get to see is a communications officer, one, marketing department. You can see the head marketing department, stuff like that. So all those things are the names attached to these roles. So this is more like the things that we're doing here and the things we've learned so far are the things that you will be doing in that role or in that office. As a communications officer and as a marketing lead or a marketing officer or a business developer, it's your duty to use all these tools and foster the continuous growth of the company, right? Necessarily what a company wants is for you to help them drive sales, right? Once you're able to use the information, content to drive in sales, that is what they actually want. So it's important for you to create your LinkedIn account
and organize it properly. And in that too, it is same your duty to also handle and organize the company's LinkedIn account, right? Okay, so now I'll begin the overview of this my profile so that you all would understand. Now, this is my profile. First, I'll talk about I'll talk about the profile picture. Now, on your LinkedIn account, it's important for you to actually set up a good profile picture, a profile picture that is good and catching, right? So if it's necessary for you, is take a good studio picture, or maybe if your phone camera is good and you have a proper lighting, take a good picture, right? One that looks official, not just anyhow kind of picture, but a picture that looks official, right? So once you have that picture, you post the picture, you have it uploaded on your LinkedIn profile. Now, if you look behind, I should go back. If you look behind, there is another large picture here. This one is known as the banner, right? You can see the banner picture is, I decided to do it this way so that it gives a presentation of me, right? Uh, this modern age digital world, right? So you can choose what yours may want to look like. You can choose what yours want to look like. If you want to have an inscription of your name, you can have it there. If you want to have uh, an inscription, a picture with the roles and the things that you can do, you can also have it there, right? It all depends to you, but actually make it suit your style and give you a good presentation out there. So next, you will look, if you say, this is my name, Francis Chukwemeka Akujobi, and then you can see project management and business development. This is the sectors where I I would know, this is where I thrive in establishments, right? Developing businesses and managing projects, right? So, and one thing you should understand that in this particular sector, departments in the corporate world, there are hierarchy from the lowest to the highest position in that department. So once you identify these things, then you know how to thrive in them. So what I'm going to do is now you see how it's arranged. My name, the portfolio, right? My location, my connection. Then this other side, you see CSAE, and you see Air Force Institute of Technology. All right. So now CSAE is where I work, right? And Air Force Institute of Technology is where I underwent my undergraduate training, right? So now to organize this thing properly, you see this pen tool here. Once you click on it, it's going to enable you edit that section. So now one thing you need to do is, now there are tricks and I think some strategies to this thing. Now when you come to this edit intro, you're going to see first name, last name, additional name. Like, we Nigerians, we always have a middle name. In fact, we Igbo people, we have a middle name. Even those people who are not Igbo, they also have a middle name, right? Um, Now you can see my first name, Francis. My last name is Akujobi. additional name is supposed to be Chukwemeka, right? So, but one thing I realized over the course of using LinkedIn is that whenever I insert Chukwemeka here, it doesn't show on my profile, right? But I want Chukwemeka to actually show there because that is what distinguishes me from any other person who is named Francis Akujobi, right? Because if you are looking for Francis Akujobi, there are other Francis Akujobi out there. But once you see Chukwemeka on my profile, you know that this is my profile, right? So one thing I noticed that when I insert that Chukwemeka here, it doesn't show on my profile. So what I did was that I had Francis as my first name. Then on this last name section, I continued with my middle name, then before my last name, right? So this enabled my middle name to show on my profile. All right, so next, you can see this headline. Headline is where I inserted project management and business development. One thing you may come across some people's LinkedIn profiles that on this headline, they will write plenty things there, like how many roles, web designer, web developer, JavaScript, content creation, marketing, to just like jam pack everything there, right? Most of these things are skills, right? These are supposed to be found on the skill section of your profile, right? So you're not expected to have them on your headline. Headline is supposed to carry the portfolio or the sector in a corporate or an establishment that you can thrive in, or what carries or the thing that explains your expertise or your role, right? Some people it might be administration, some people it might be just development, business development, some people it might be IT support, some people it might be those in the medical world, it can be medicals and what name them engineering, aviation, and the rest. Okay, so now you can see current position. Current position is a current position that you are uh, mounting where you are working. That's the current position you're exercising in the organization where you're working. So for those of you that might not be working right now, you can just decide to leave this, allow this place be. So when you get a role, then you add it, right? So for me now is information technology consultant at CSAAE, right? Now, why the reason why it's like this information consultant, that is IT technology consultant. In the corporate world, you can't find names like facilitator, tutor, trainer. No. So all these names are categorized as a consultant, right? So that's why you see it here. That's because if you want to add, if you click this drop down, okay, I've already, this is not where we're going to add it. But when we get to that section where to add it, you see it, right? So you will not see anything like you might see facilitator and you might see I think you might see facilitator, but it is not what they want to reference you as in the corporate world, right? Then if you want to show it on your profile, on your intro, you can show it here. Then the industry, this industry where you're working, this is the industry where your position is being uh, played out, right? Technology, information, and internet. So then if you come down, education. Now, okay, let's go back to this current position. Let's assume I want to add a position. Once you click on add position, it's going to give you a pop, another interface, right? Now, this is where you now select the role. Let's take, for instance, now you type in tutor. You see, tutor is here, writing tutor, English tutor, blah, blah, blah. But this is not what stands me out because of my uh, experience and knowledge in information technology is vast, right? So it will not be categorized as just a tutor, right? Tutor is what I can do. I can tutor you, and I can also give you insight in information technology and has also elaborates what information technology can do to your business or your niche, right? So it can't just be categorized under tutor, right? So information technology as a whole. Then if you also check for facilitator, you can see facilitator is out, right? You can facilitator is also almost the same thing as a tutor. So, but when you have a name as a consultant, it means that you're not just a facilitator or a tutor, you're not just a trainer, you're someone who gives not just the training and facilitations, you also provide insights, implementation, name them, management, name them, and you can also, how should I put it, offer a consultation service for either a company or a brand or an individual who they need more groundbreaking insight on a particular task they want to, uh, or a particular, hmm, which word should I use for it? Tax or a particular um, decision they might want to engage in, right? So you can see once you type consultant, you can see a well-organized portfolio comes up. You can see consultant, senior consultant, sales consultant, business technical information, right? And I see information technology consultant. So this one, once someone sees this, they know that okay, you this is what you do and this is how you thrive in it. So, but just like I said, you can also add, I think, doctor, and there are doctors here, um, nurses, the nurse. I think kind of lecturer. You can say a lecturer. Name them. Engineer, right? So this is how you can add it. So once let's go back to it. Let's say, uh, those of you that might be doing intern, like when you get to your internship stage, you can also choose intern. Let's say you want to go with intern for the sake of this class, intern. Then employment type as an intern could be full-time, it could be part-time, right? You can see the other things. As an intern, you can see internship, apprenticeship, seasonal, name them, whatever, whichever one you want. So, but because of adding a profile for an intern, you can go with internship. Then right here, you choose the company. Let's say you are doing an internship for Coca-Cola, right? So once you type Coca-Cola, it gives you a drop down. So now what makes a profile catchy is when you select it, when the company has already imputed that information on LinkedIn and you can access them. And you can see they have their logo. It's going to make your profile look so good, right? So now you can see Coca-Cola. Which one are we going to select now? The main one, I'm not actually seeing it here. I'm actually looking for the main Coca-Cola logo. Let's see. All right. So this is the main one. So the Coca-Cola, right? Uh-uh. All right. Let's say this is it, the Coca-Cola company, right? This one on black logo. So select it. All right. The location, internship location, of course. Let's say we are doing the internship here in Owerri. That assuming they have their office here in Owerri. So select Owerri in the state. Location type. Are you doing the internship on site? On site meaning you go to the office every day. If it's hybrid, it means that you go to the office some days and some days you work from your home, right? Remote, it means that you work typically from your home. You don't go to the office at all. So you just connect your PC from the house and do all your tasks, right? And in case you have a meeting, that's where you use your Zoom, your Team, your Google Meet for meetings like that. So for the sake of this training, you're going to go with remote because all the things that we've been doing so far is online, right? Then if you're currently in this role, you select it, then you put the start date. Start date, let's May. Your training started May 2024, right? So then you also add a description. If you add a description, you can add a description. What are you doing there? Internship. Internship. And let's say now we are doing content development. Marketing. Internship. So you can have it arranged like this. Then the headline, if you want to change the profile headline, right? So for this one, we might not want to use project management because we're not going to use that. So we use communications, communications and marketing. All right. So communications and marketing. So communications and marketing. So right here, you can now add the skills that are related to this internship you're doing. So the skills related are content, content creation. You can see it here. You can add another skill, marketing, digital marketing per se. You can see it here. All right. Social media. You can see social media marketing, right? So these are like the three main skills that you're doing here. So once you're done, you now click save. For this media part, media is something optional, right? Uh, maybe you have something to show that is related to what you're doing. Maybe a picture of you in that role, or maybe a presentation or something like that. You can see them here. Add images, documents, slides, or presentation. You can also add documents like maybe a screenshot of your engagement for the internship, your engagement letter. You can just blow out some sensitive parts and you can just have it displayed there, right? So it's important. So once you're done setting all these things, you then click on save. You click on save, right? So once you click on save, it's append. But for this one, I'm not going to click on save. I'm not adding it, right? It's just for learning sake. So I'll X this thing now. Yes, discard. Right. So you can see how we've successfully added a position. So once you come down to education, you can still do the same thing. So once you click on add education, you can see it gives you uh, all the whole empty boxes options to fill. Now for school, those of you now you guys are in Futo, so you select federal, you add, you can see Federal University of Technology where you can add it, you can see your school logo there. Then your degree, all of you doing bachelor's, right? It's a bachelor's degree, right? Then field of study, you can write the field of study, forensic, forensic science and technology. Let's just say, let's just choose this one for choosing sake, right? Forensic, right? Then you now add the date you started. You can add the date you started. I don't know. It's usually session starts at September usually, and for those of you who are in your year 2, 3 now, I think most of you started year 2020 and year 2021, right? Let's just say 2020, right? Then your end date. That is, if you are done with school now, you put the date you ended, or then you now put the date you're expected to end. Let's say July, the year that is going to be. This year is going to be what this year is what is going to be on your certificate. Most preferably, what is going to be on your NYSC certificate per se, right? Or okay, yeah. Yes, because on your NYSC certificate, it carry the dates that you graduated and also the dates you finished your NYSC, right? Okay, it carries the dates that you're done with your NYSC. So for this one now, you're going to put the dates you finished, that is the date on your certificate, on your graduation certificate, right? That's what you're going to put there. So some of you that, I don't know, those of you 2020, your course is 5 years, right? 2, 3, 4, 2020. Okay, that is some of you started most of you started your course, let's say 2021 or 2022. All right, so you must be finishing, let's say 2025 or 2026. It depends. All right. So let's say you will started 2022. All right. So this is when you're expected to finish. So you can also add your grade. Uh, you can add, I think, second class, upper, or those of you that have distinction, you can also add it here. All right. Then you can also choose to add the activities you did. Well, I think this one is optional. It's left for you if you want to. You can also add description. It's left to you as well. Then you can also attach skills. So skills you were able to learn during your course of study. In forensic science, what are the kind of skills that are attached to forensic science? Let's say investigation, investi investigation, right? Investigation. That's really skill coming to my head right now. So once you're done filling all these things, you can just click on save. Right? You can click on save and you're done. Yeah. So, but for this one, I'm not going to save it because it's not my information, right? I'm going to exit now and discard. So you can see we successfully added current position and education. Then now your location, Nigeria, of course, city Owerri, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. So we are done with this edit intro. So once you're done with those things, you will now observe that this particular section of your LinkedIn will now be organized and look something like mine, right? Then if you scroll down, we will now see the about section. The about section, this is more like a short intro about you, right? You can see mine is written like this. an adept project manager and business developer, stuff like that, right? Okay. So then if you come down here, you can see the services I render. It carried both my media and publicity skills, services, right? Where the portrait photography event. I think I've not updated this one, right? But I'm going to update it, right? I think this was my service I was rendering. Yeah, 2021, right? Between 2019 and 2022. 2021, 2022 thereabout. So I think I'll need to update it. It's been long I did that. Then all these ones are just the activities I do. Then now, if you come down here, you can see your experience. So on these experiences, you're going to add the experience that you have done so far. Your current experience, like this is my current experience. The past one, all of them, it's going to appear in a hierarchical order. The moment you insert them and you add the dates, it's going to come in hierarchical order, right? So to add that, you can click this button here and you see add position, right? You add position. So on this position now, you can begin to add your current position, your employment type, the company, your location type, just like we did when we were adding a current position on our profile. This is it here, right? Just the same process. So, so all that's what I did here, and I added all the experiences. So my total experience here is 6. So then now if you come down here, you're going to see my education. Just the way we added education on that main profile, the same way you're going to add it here, right? So you can see aircraft engineer, let's say Air Force Institute of Technology, higher national diploma, aircraft engineering technology, avionics option. So this is my discipline and the school I finished. Then you can also see I added my national youth service, right? So that whoever comes to see my profile would know that, okay, I've actually done my youth service, right? All right. Then if you come down here, you're going to see licenses and certification. So all these ones, if I have 6 licenses and certifications for now. Once you do a certification or a license online, more like Google per se, like, okay, let me show the 6. So you can see I've had NIT, if set, that is English test, LinkedIn, and Google certifications, right? So once you're done with those courses, you will see an option to automatically add those certifications and those licenses to your LinkedIn. But once you click that, it automatically, once you sign in, you click that link, you sign in, and you see the option to add your certifications and licenses. Then coming further, you can also add projects. Like those of you now, one thing you need to know, right? I need to also update mine as well. Those of you, like, okay, you guys doing this internship now. Once you get to your final year, it is important for you to take documentation of your final year project, right? Take pictures of what you're doing, you know. Take You can also snap the front cover um of that your what should I put it? Of that your project, that your final project report, right? That carries your name and all these things. You can add it here. Is a good reference, right? So now down when you come down here, you're going to see skills, right? Skills. If you cannot come here and add the necessary skills you have. So once you click on skills, you're going to see here you can add all those skills. So all those things that some people add on there, you're on their profile intro, right? Web design, web development, content creation, marketing, sales, this, that. You can do them here, right? Once you add them here, you can also attach it to the organization where you worked, right? So you can see all the skills that I've done so far. One thing you have to also, excuse me, need to add the necessary skills per se, because I think it has a limit where you can add, I think 25 thereabouts. So at one point in time, it will not allow you to add skills until you can see mine is 25. And I also come and what I do periodically, I used to come and reshuffle my skills, take out some, put the necessary ones and the rest. Then as time goes on, it's important for you to request for recommendations from people, right? Maybe organizations where people are higher than you can also seek for recommendations. Like now you can see I have recommendations here, right? So you can also choose to show them on your profile, right? So recommendations and name them, right? So now also here are the things that I'm interested in, right? Like me, I'm interested in like big people I looked as let's say I look as role models and the rest. So that's what I'm interested in. So in a nutshell, this is how your LinkedIn profile is supposed to look like, right? So once you're done with setting this up, then the next thing is to explore this place. Now you begin to find people who have things that you want or things that you like, and you can also open connections. You can choose to connect with them. All right. So now let's see how we can explore this job section. So now for this, going into this job section part, you know, as I told you guys to create your LinkedIn account, one thing you also need to do is to follow these organizations. Before the class, before we finish this LinkedIn section, I'm going to show you the organization's handle, CSAE, Coca-Cola, and you need to connect with them, right? A sense of you connecting with them is as time goes on, once you begin to, update your profile, update your activities, these organizations might, get to see what you're doing, and if there are openings for you and you show your interest, then it can be reached out to you, right? So now let's explore that job part. So when you click on this job, now you're going to see list of jobs that are available, right? You see different types of jobs that are available, and you can choose to explore, right? Remote, non-profit, education, easy apply, and the rest, just rest. You can also see some automatically uh, uh, tailored jobs. You know, the algorithm pops out jobs that are tailored to your profile. Like for me now, you can see developer, forex, sales trader, cloud solution. Now, this is because of the, I think, based on what the algorithm have observed from my profile, let's choose to see all and know what to do. So once you come to see all, you now see more. You can see this project manager role. You can see it says your profile matches this job. So once you set your profile properly, the algorithm is going to help you tailor open positions for you. Like this one, forex sales trader. Okay. So once you read about it and you meet the requirements, because once you're okay with it, you can choose to then um, apply for it, right? So also you can see if the job is on site. You can see here on site and it's full time. And this one is an entry level role, right? Entry level. So once you're okay with it, you can choose to easy apply. This easy apply is that you can just apply right away from your LinkedIn account, meaning that on this LinkedIn section, there's a portion where you can upload your CV, your curriculum vitae. So once you are using this easy apply, you just tap that your CV and it automatically sends this to the job provider, right? So if you scroll down, you can see more. So now, let's say um, we're looking for, let's say we're looking for content. You know, we learned content writing last past few days, yesterday and the day before yesterday, right? Let's say we are looking for content writer or content creator. Let's start with content writer. So now you can see jobs, right? Now, social media content creators or producer. This is remote and it's part-time, right? Once you see the requirement, responsibility, I think this is what you can do. Responsibility, create high quality and engaging content for whatever social media and develop a deep understanding of the brand. Okay. So once you like this one, you're okay with it, then you can choose to apply straight up or you save it. Like now, I just save this job, right? Can choose to look at it later and apply it, right? Then if you scroll down again, you still see other type of jobs available. B2B, copywriter, uh, Albanian content writer, blah, blah, blah. You can just choose to, right? Look at this one, copywriter, writer, German language. This one is German language, Bulgarian. You see, all these things are, so most of them are, look at it, these ones are foreign. So if if there was enough time, we would have also learned an aspect of copywriting where you organize a content in a particular language and you can now translate um, that content that you are written in English, you can now translate it to any language, right? So it enable you to work for any company, right? So you can see this one is remote, and look at they also added the salary, $9,600 a year to $18,000 a year, right? So and you can also see their intern roles again. You can also see this one, internship. You can also choose to write it, choose to go for it. So we can see how we find jobs that are tailored to our skills, right? Let's say um, content creator, right? You can see, mm, you can see content officer, right? This is another name that can be found in a corporate establishment. You know, see something like a content creator. Now you can see we typed in content creator, but did you see any job role as a content creator here? You're not going to see it, right? Okay, you can see there's one here. All right, you can see there's one, but most of the time you're not going to see straight up content creator, if you get what I mean. But you can see them in small, just like I said earlier, small scale and medium enterprise. So you can see content creator, graphic designer, video editor, Marriott International. Let's check this one out. Yeah, you can see 600, like, I mean, I mean, right? There are lots of it. So once you organize your profile and you're good with your role and you have a portfolio, then it's just for you to go job hunting. You can use LinkedIn and job hunt, right? And see how you can scale through. All right. So we are done with this job section. So let's see how we can go back to uh, uh, the main profile. So just like I said earlier, you all need to come and need to follow. Let's start with the Coca-Cola. So once you go on your LinkedIn, you just have to search for the Coca-Cola company. You can see I searched for them a lot. That's why it came up. So you can just search for them. Then you follow their page. Like me, like for me now, I'm already following their page, right? So you follow them. Then the next thing you search for CSAAE. You can see it's here. You click on it and you follow them. Like for me, I'm already following them. All right. So once you do this thing, you're set to go. So I think we are done with LinkedIn. So let's move on to the next phase, which is Upwork. I would have loved to ask your questions. Okay, but let me see if I could use another PC and check for your questions on this live section. So because I would like to answer your questions now. So now I would like to entertain your questions. Do you have any questions so far? I've seen your chat section. Some of you are asking the topic of today. Today is introduction to LinkedIn and Upwork. Introduction to LinkedIn and Upwork. So what are your questions? If there's no question, we'll just ride on. Okay, I think there's no question coming up, right? There are no questions coming up, brother. All right, just to move ahead. Okay, I think I seen one. So please, I need guidelines on this job search. Okay, you mean you need in-depth guideline on those jobs, right? Uh, this class duration is not going to is not going to offer us that luxury because there's a lot, all right? So, but if you're attentive, I gave you a breakdown process on how to identify those jobs and also explained how you can apply for them. Um, can someone help you with creating a good LinkedIn profile? Yes, yes. There are people. It's called LinkedIn optimization, and even there are people who do Upwork optimization, like me here, me teaching you. I offer those type of services, LinkedIn and Upwork optimization. So, but as you've learned it today, you can also try it out yourself. But if you feel like you're too busy, then you can subscribe for the services. But if you're not too busy, you can go through your profile and optimize it. Uh, so what if your phone can't install LinkedIn? You can use the web version. You can go in your browser, type linkedin.com, you sign in your page, and you do everything there. So is it better to start with intern as a content creator first before going into full job search? Yes, as you are in school now, it's important for you to start with internship, right? So because the internship is going to give you an understanding of how the business or the corporate establishment operates, right? There's where you work with the management teams and you know what is needed of you. So by doing that, you're gaining first-hand experience of what the public sector, public market looks like. So it's important for you to do that. Internship is something related to full-time job because it's every day, right? So, but it's going to expire within a time. And there are some companies after your internship, they can also retain you, right? So that's why most graduates after their graduation year, they do an internship. Your NYSC too. That your 1 year NYSC experience is an internship. So you don't, well, Nigeria as it may be, they have some misplaced priorities. They will end up carrying someone with a professional skill or role and end up sending him or her to go and teach in the school, right? But in a more organized setting, uh, with a professional uh, skill or professional role, you're expected to go to an organization or an industry that does that thing that you learned, right? Like, but now what they do in Nigeria is that I think they use it as a market. Like me now that I studied aircraft engineering. After I was done with school, we were supposed to be sent to the airport, but they ended up sending us to schools to go and do our internship 1 year. Says service corps. So, but some of my classmates who had stronger, you know, Nigeria as it may be now, some things that happened behind, right? So some of us that had money, we used try to use money to find how to put us in those establishments so that we'll get this first-hand experience, but to no avail, right? But some people who were actually able to, they got it, right? So, but one thing that Nigeria recognize more as a professional role are those people who study medicine. Once you study medicine, they will be the one they'll start sending you to hospitals. And that's where you just see them doing those things or those uh, if it's Hausa now. Hausa we say is Karambani, but the normal word is show off, right? That's what they're doing all those show off, sending people to all those hospitals. But those who studied engineering courses and the rest, it's well with Nigeria. So what's the other question again? So, but I saw like 2 years experience. No one on one like the description. William Sheddy, I don't really know where your question is pointing out. So please, how do I find jobs that are in my current location? Because I get a location that is not in my location. I think I did be praised. That thing is happening because you selected a region. It happened to me before, but until I removed that region, you stopped giving me notification from jobs in that region. So aside that, you can still go to your job section and look for jobs that are. You can see when we are searching for the jobs, we saw jobs that are in Nigeria, remote. Those kind of things are what you're looking for. All right, so I don't understand. I don't understand. What are the other questions again? Hmm. Okay, so let's see a template of a very professional CV. Or you want to see a template of a CV? Okay, I'll open my CV for you so you see. With at least a 90% success rate for applying on LinkedIn. What? Okay, let me make you understand something. What most employers want to know now is what you can do, right? I was speaking with one of my brother who is in the US. We were talking about getting jobs and stuff in the US. That's US standard, though, but Nigerian standard, I think some of them applies too, right? US is what you've done before, like a project you've handled, right? So that's why it's when I was talking about project, I said when you get to your final year, like we in Nigeria here, the opportunities we have to exhibit our project is our final year project. Like me, when I was in final year, we were tasked to uh, carry out a maintenance procedure on on a manned drone, on a manned aircraft drone. Let's say a drone, right? For agricultural development process, right? So the drone has already been created, has already been designed and created by our past seniors from school. So it was now our turn to carry out maintenance on it to see that the engine is running properly. There's lift off and takeoff, and there's a proper landing of that drone. And not just lift off and take off, that the drone is also carrying out fumigation processes with the fumigation tank that is attached to it when it's on flight, right? So that was my final year project. And the good thing was that I took pictures of it. I took pictures. I had a video of when I was presenting, and I have a picture of my project hardcover, right? So all these things are excerpts of things I can use to present as a project that I've managed before. So that's like US standard for you. And I think it's applicable to Nigeria. So that's what most people want to see. Like, what have you done in this particular role? So that's why you see when we began the class, I told you that do all these things, carry out all these tasks, do them, and have them on your socials because they're going to speak for you one day. So I'm not going to take much questions again because we just have to, you know, go go further. So like I saw the screen that you need 2 years experience to get the job. Like, sir, please understand me now. That's what I'm saying now, Williams. You need now to. That's why now that you're in school, you need to start, you know, carrying out tasks in that particular role. It's either um before you build yourself properly. Once you build yourself properly, you show what you can do on social space, like you post it, then you seek for jobs. And you want to successfully get it, then you can carry on from there. One way to do it is that you can either choose to work for let's say your father have a business now. You can choose to work for your father's business. The employer don't care. They don't know if you're dad that owns it or not, right? You can decide to create content for that business and market it online. You become the content officer and marketing officer, content and marketing officer, right? You do that thing from now that you're in year two to when you're done with school. It serves as a portfolio for you. So once you're done with school, you already have 3 years experience in that role, plus your NYSC year. So you have 4 years experience already. So once you are seeking for bigger organizations or bigger role, you can choose to do it. Mind you, you know it's your father's business. You're more like volunteering for the business. if your dad doesn't have a business, you can choose to volunteer for a particular organization that you're okay with. Once you volunteer, you have it there that you're actually gaining that experience, right? Once you're done, it's another experience for you. That's why you see on my CV, I have more than 5, 6 years experience because I first started with an IT support officer for a school in Abuja. From there, I became a studio manager. What studio manager that involves marketing, managing the whole studio, managing staffs and the rest. Then from there, you see it on my CV. From there, forex funds manager, but I think that one is on a personal level. I've taken it out of my CV because it's more like a personal thing. Then from there, uh, what is it? Integrated service specialist for a particular client. That was on a personal level. Then NYC, you can see all these things were things I was doing over the years at home, right? So I think I've answered most of your questions. Every other questions, I'm sorry, we don't have time. So let me just go an overview of Upwork right now. So this is Upwork, right? You can see how work should work. That's the intro. Forget the old rules. You can have the best people right now, right here. Get started. So one thing you can see development and IT, AI services, design and creative, sales, marketing, admin support, and they have more. Writing and translation, finance, accounting, HR, legal, name them, right? So right here, before you continue here, you need to actually create an account by signing up, right? So we'll not be signing up today. I think we're going to sign up on Monday, right? I'm just like introducing the platform to you all. We'll sign up on Monday. Then we're able to see what it looks like. But for the case of this class, I'm going to make a rundown of my own profile. So let's see how we log in. Let's see how we log in. Let's see how we can log in. So let me log in my own account and show you what my account looks like. Continue with Google. Okay, I'll explain that when we are creating accounts. Here's another account. All right, so now this is my profile. You can see my profile is complete 100%, right? On this profile, you can see my head profile is a virtual administrative assistant, right? So, but let me go into the profile properly. But before that, let me explain this interface. Like this is where you come after creating your profile. This is how it looks like. Now you can come here, you can search for jobs, right? And you can also see jobs that match your profile, right? Then it's just for you to see how it works. Like next class, as we create the account, and I'll explain in depth how we should go about it, right? Then now, okay, if you let me show you, let me open my profile so that you see my profile properly. On Upwork, you can have one account, just one account. And on that one account, you can have three work profiles, right? So now you can see this is my account and it's verified, right? You can see this freelancer's identity has been verified through a government ID check and a visual verification. You will see their verified name if you enter into a contract together, right? So my account has not just been created, it has also been verified, right? Sometimes you don't get verified immediately, right? Sometimes it takes a while before they'll give you a prompt to go verify your account. Okay. So now this is my profile one, virtual administrative assistant. I have another profile, image editing, photo, image editing and retouching, video editing. Then I have another profile, financial analyst, forex market and crypto, right? So, but let's go back to explaining it, right? So this is it. This is what I intend to charge an hour, right? And this is like an intro about me. Now this is my portfolio, right? Portfolio of what I've done. And here is a video introduction, right? And this work history is when you land the job here on Upwork. It's going to be visible here, right? Then you can have your language. You can see your language section, native, bilingual, covered. All the languages you can speak. These are the things you do when you are setting up your profile. So you can see licenses, education, and whatnot, right? You can also see testimonial from past clients, right? Then you can see certifications, employment history, and the rest. So this is typically your Upwork profile, right? So here on Upwork, you don't just come in, create the account, and you automatically start getting jobs like that. On Upwork, there is a high competition, right? Because there are other freelancers sourcing out for jobs. The competition is usually high, right? So now what is expected? What they do is that on this Upwork, they do what is called uh, Connect. Upwork provides you with Connect, right? So you use this is Connect under here. Look at this Connect. You use this Connect to bid for jobs, and if you run short of this Connect, you are expected to buy that Connect, right? So that's why you see most times you just bid for the jobs. Sometimes you bid for the jobs, and bidding for the job is a competition, right? Some people who have extra finance will obtain more connects. Now, once you bid for that job, to be at the first place, it's a competition. I have to start bidding to be at the top so that the employer is going to see your profile and it's okay with you, then select it. Upwork is majorly like a marketing ground, right? The competition is high on Upwork, right? But I mean, for you to land a role or a gig, you must have known the resources you've imputed into it. So if we search for jobs, let's say we are looking for content, you can see there's also content writer. They're looking for content writer jobs. You can see them here. All right. They are script writer, songwriter for 3D nursery rhyme videos, YouTube writer for celebrity posts, websites, and what have you. Let's say you're not searching for a content creator job, all right? You can see there's also social media content creator. You can see there's content creator, TikTok content creator. Let's check this TikTok content creator job. You can see create Excel video. All right, video content creator, image generation products. You can see, and they are willing to pay $25 an hour, between $25 to $54 an hour, and they're looking for experts. So you can see those of you that were complaining when I gave you TikTok tasks, you can see that there are jobs for it here, right? your ability to create videos and edit those videos, right? Social media content creator, manager, fixed price, $400, right? So there are lots you can do here. So, but when we go into the aspect of creating the account, we will now have a more in-depth explanation from the creation stage to other things that are necessary. Okay, so I think done with the introduction of this Upwork, this first phase. So let me see, is there any question for this Upwork so that we'll take our attendance and then we'll wrap up to this class. Question for this Upwork introduction. Udon Nagebre Zikora. You said you tried to get Upwork verification, but they said you need a work link. Work link? I think it should be the way you created your account. So because everything starts from the creation of your account. So when they say you need a work link before you get verified, I think it's based on one or two things that they observe during your account creation process. So, but me, when I was verifying my own, they didn't request anything like work link. I think what I just provided was my name, my national identity information, and the rest. Are we going to search for Upwork or it is already on? No, Upwork is a different platform. You go to upwork.com. That is their website. LinkedIn is different. So can you delete your account to create another one in a different field of work? Do you mean your Upwork? No, you're entitled to one account only. On that account, you can have different profiles. Let's say you have a skill. Just like I showed you now, I have three profiles. One for virtual administration, two for image editing and video editing, and then the third one for forex trading, right? Three profiles, but it's one account. Upwork and LinkedIn as well. Yeah. Yeah, Upwork yes, Upwork, if I promise, yes, Upwork have an app, but it's important for you to finish creating the account on your web browser, then before you sign into your account. It's the mobile app. Can you apply for a job you studied in school, like professional course? Yes, now. You studied a professional course like nursing and doctor. You can apply for those jobs on LinkedIn, right? And you can, once you get employed, you move to that aspect. I think in the field of medical, I think medical field, I mean to say, there's what is called consultant, and I think consultant is a very high position, right? So I don't know. I think you can offer uh, online consultation services, but it's a professional course now. You need to be on ground to actually carry out medication on that patient. So most of those, so you can actually find those jobs on LinkedIn, but Upwork per se, I think you barely get doctor jobs on Upwork. Okay, so it's already 12:55. So I'd like you all to send in your attendance now. You can use the chat section there to send in your attendance. You are sending in your attendance the wrong format. Is this the normal format that we have been using? You're just sending in your names. How would I just identify you with the names? Use the normal formats that we use. Stop typing in just your names. Are you guys not hearing what I'm saying? All of you that is just dropping only your name, you're just doing nonsense. Type your name, your reg number, your phone number. Just the way you have been following up the attendance in the normal class. Why are you now doing something different here? Some people are still, all the people just writing your name. You are not doing any attendance. So I'm not saying that it's just counted as void. And time is already going. So all those people that send in their own within the next 2 minutes that are going to be considered. So I don't really know why you are sending in just your name. It doesn't matter whether your mom's YouTube or your dad's YouTube. This thing is going into the what should I put it? Into the file. So you need to put the format normally. Okay. So far I've just seen one attendance, two attendance. Okay, that is Young, Injosan, Michael. Okay, that's the format. Alex, Peter, Chidindu. All right, that's the way the attendance is supposed to be like. Not all those gibberish others are typing. And they must have left the call thinking that they have done themselves good. So far, so good. Only just two attendants have been valid. Okay, another one. Third one just came in. Kami, right? Kamsi, right? Okay. Yes, the class is ready. You can come back to the YouTube page and rewatch it if you so wish to. All of you typing all these things. Did you hear what I said before? Some of you have already sent in your attendance. You have to resend that attendance with your name and your reg number. I think some of you are finding it difficult to type in, but some people just typed in their own. Michael Francis, you just did what's wrong. Type your name and your reg number and your phone number. Okay, I'm saying this for the last time, and I think I'll just end this call. Those people that have sent in their own, these are the ones I'm going to mark for today's attendance. The rest, I just wrote their names. I'm sorry. Yes, comfort. Submit your attendance. Ajike, Agu. Oyo is your case, so as far as you did not put your name and your reg number, you know they will, so that you will know now, so that you will clear for your ear. All right. This class is going to be ending in the next 2, 3 minutes, right? So if you have not done the needful, do the needful. I'm just giving you grace. Okay, Atike. If you've done so, no problem.